Success story, using a commercial buyer agent to achieve a great result. Our local investor client had been trying to find and buy a commercial property on his own for over 12 months. 3 weeks after engaging us, he was signing on the dotted line on his commercial property purchase. On his own, he didn't have the time to vet the good from the bad properties, and when a good property did come up, he barely had the time to inspect it before someone else had already put in an offer. He needed help with identifying A-grade investment opportunities, assessing them, and then negotiating the purchase. Once we were engaged, we helped him refine his brief, and then we started the search armed with a very good, healthy budget of $2.3 million. I managed to find 2 properties of serious contention very quickly. Property 1 was a 220 square metre workshop on 836 square metres of land in a high exposure position in Essendon with an established ultra-tuned service centre on a long-term lease, and that property was going to auction. The second property was an 830 square metre office building on over 1,300 square metres of land in Tullamarine, and it had 14 car spaces attached to it, and also had a good long-term tenant in place. This one was up for private sale. I inspected, assessed, completed the necessary due diligence, and calculated the current market value of both properties and where the purchase price needed to be to ensure the financial figures stacked up for our client. Unfortunately, as luck would have it, property 2 received an acceptable offer from another buyer, which suddenly meant both properties were going to be wrapped up by their respective selling agents on the same day. I needed to make a plan, and that plan was that we opted to attend property 1's auction, and if we missed out, we were going to place an offer on the second property. Had to play it very carefully to ensure there was no possibility of missing out on property number 2 whilst I attempted to purchase property number 1. I lined everything up and went to the property to the auction of the first property, which went gangbusters. And whilst we had the budget, the rental yield dipped too low to make it financial sense, and the property was sold for more than what we were prepared to pay. However, as soon as that auction had finished, I was on the phone confirming to the other agent who had the second property that I was about to submit my client's offer within the next couple of hours. Our offer was unconditional, and the vendor accepted it over the other offer simply because they had some conditions attached. Our client now has a well-located commercial property, and he spent less than his budget. The property is achieving a rental yield of over 5%, whilst the first property that we went for ended up returning a yield of under 4%. Our client spent 12 months looking on his own to be done and dusted within 3 or 4 weeks using an experienced buyer agent. If you need any assistance buying commercial property, please don't hesitate to give us a call on 1300 500 555.